let's start at the end. Let's start at the end with this, because that's kind of where things are going. It's really boring always starting at the beginning and going to the end. So let's go to the end and see what the hell happens. The end of this. You've got a lot of residue all over you. You're like kind of like a really dirty windshield that needs a good cleaning. You get so used to looking out through the windshield, you don't even realize how dirty it is until it gets cleaned. And then, amazing, I can see again. Oh, that's kind of where you're at. You're dirty. It's true. Just residue, all energy residue. I know you've gone through a lot of not my sandwich.
I
For
didn't
me.
touch it. I was just trying to make it accessible for you.
Okay.
You need the wine right now?
We're going to do a mirab, and I'm going to be eating
Nibbling.
during the mirab. So,
Like
dear
Costco.
Shambram, where were we? Oh, you're dirty. You've got energy residue on you. Now, you've done a tremendous amount of releasing. Oh, the releasing has gone on for years and years and years and years and years. And actually, that's a very short time, considering the accumulation of beliefs and thoughts and wounds and everything else that needed to be released. Stripping away, like they say, the layers of an onion, just one after the other. You've done a good job with stripping. Not you personally. I must be channeling somebody over here. You've done a good job with releasing those layers and layers, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy because, well, there's a concern. What if you take the next layer off? How raw and vulnerable are you going to be? There's also a certain comfort with having those old layers and wounds. There's a certain comfort in feeling the victim. There is. I've had it myself. There's still a little bit of that energy here, but you've released most of that, which is good, and that's why we can be doing what we are now. But there's still some residue that we want to clean off. We're going to do that today. That residue is actually still attracting similar situations in your life. Just a little bit of residue, a little bit of that old residue on you. A little bit of that victim energy, a little bit of that fear energy. For some of you in here, I'm not looking at anybody in particular, but the the darkness energy. Okay, every one of you has played with the darkness. It's just part of growing up. We played with the darkness. It's also very sensual, the darkness, very sexual. A lot of power in the darkness. One would almost wonder, why would I even want to go to the light? There's none of that big energy in light. It's in the darkness. There's tremendous power, tremendous seduction. Yeah. So it's no wonder you still have some of that residue. By the way, you do grow up and learn that there's no need for power. That's when you really release some of that old darkness stuff. I'm not looking at anyone. But you watching online, yeah, you know I'm talking about you right now. Yeah, it's you. So we're gonna cleanse some of that today. We're gonna have a very nice mirab. Oh yeah, with some beautiful world-class music, and we're gonna release some of that. We're gonna do it effortlessly, beautifully, as Caldra and Linda were saying before. You, my friends, one thing you're really good at, all of you, when you gather together, is creating safe spaces. On your own, you're not so good. They're not. They're not really that good at personally creating your safe space because you always bring your junk into it. But when somebody invites you to co-create safe space, you're very polite. You leave your junk in your unsafe space, and you come to the safe space. You should all be laughing right now hysterically. Have I touched a nerve? I guess we're going to have a really long cleansing session. Together, you're good at creating safe spaces. The opportunity, like right now, pretty safe in here until I start walking around. Pretty safe. You can just relax into your enlightenment here. As a matter of fact, did anyone notice as the music was playing in something very different here today? Different in the room. Did anybody notice? Not my tuna fish sandwich, but oh, very, very different dynamic. I'll talk about in a bit, but let's go back to the ending. We're going to really let that residue get cleaned off, and then we're going to let that charisma shine, that light shine, that light that's in you right now, but kind of holding back. Not quite sure, what that light is. Not quite sure if you're ready to let it out. Tell you this: if you don't let it out this year, now, right now, it's going to get so uncomfortable. It's going to be miserable. So you're kind of at that point of either do it or die. Trying it.
Whoa.
Not die, but die, I'm just using the human saying. Do it or suffer like hell. Maybe I'm putting it a little too strong. Just do it or be annihilated. No, it just doesn't sound right.
That was better.
How can I soften that?
You want a
I
pickle?
can't. How can I be more clear? It's time to shine your light. It's time to let that charisma come out. Otherwise, your body's going to ache and your mind's going to get all messed up like it already is, and it's just going to be miserable. And then you'll finally let the light out, and then you'll say, why didn't you tell me that sooner? So let's take a good deep breath with that. So one could say, in an interesting way, that we've already done the cleansing. We've already gotten rid of that residue that, it's that thing that causes you to keep having the same experiences over and over, because that residue is like a magnet. It keeps attracting the same types of people, the same experiences, even though you're saying to yourself, but I'm going to be enlightened, I'm going to be in high consciousness, but it's still that sticky stuff that keeps bringing the same old experiences. So let's place our consciousness in the cleanse, in the releasing of all that residue. Whew. Wow, something changed in the room. We're at the beginning of the shout now. Did you notice something really different here today? Yeah, you already released the residue. Woo-hoo! Thank you. One lone but powerful voice from the back of the room. And my point is this: it's already happened. That's why it felt different going into this when we started, when the music was playing. That's why something different happened. We didn't have to take the linear path to get there. It was already there. Expect more and more and more of that in your life. You don't have to be pedaling the bike down the road of life anymore. As Tobias said years ago, you're stationary. Now everything moves. Everything comes to you. Wow, what a concept. Can you really allow it? Yes. Three voices this time. We're getting better. Good.